Hello, beautiful Taurus. Welcome to your reading. Let's dive into it right away and see what's coming your way. By the way, if you're new here, this is Divine Light, and I'm so happy you joined me today. And if you're manifesting something specific, don't forget to give us one a like and hit subscribe button. I see there's a pathway opening here, and somebody's coming from this pathway. I see letter V, and this kind of looks like a fish. This can be a Pisces, a masculine figure, and this person has kind of like a microphone in their hand. This can be someone who speaks to a lot of people, and they're coming from a pathway. This can be someone touring, okay? And there's like two triangles. They're not really touching. They're not really aligning in front of this person. And you might be there to help them, okay? Maybe a managerial position that you have for this person. Because they don't have some sort of like this alignment. And I feel like this can be in the sense of like a medical stuff too. Can be happening within their body. They have very bright energy. Another thing here is I feel this person's coming in. They have the microphone. They can be speaking to a crowd. And fish can be Pisces, can be something that their emotional situations are talking about. But there's a disalignment, like I told you here, and you're sensing that, you're feeling that. Maybe you don't trust what they're saying because there's a better someone. I feel like there's a feminine figure here. Letter M, like Matthew. If this is a female, Mary, maybe. Amanda can mean their first name or the last name. This person is just actually trying to get your attention and trying to show that there's a disalignment with this person. If this is about romantic stuff, maybe someone is showing up like they're masculine, meaning they take care of things, they're mindful, also gentle masculine, but there's something off with them. And maybe somebody else here, I feel like this is a relative or someone close to you as a friend is trying to show you that because they have a lighter energy. Like, look at that. Look at that. They have this alignment. There's like two pyramids are not matching. Their energy, like from two pyramids, I feel like there's an energy travels from each other. This person doesn't have that. Like from heart to their maybe sacral chakra, they don't have alignment. And what happens here is you probably first don't see it because maybe you're getting closer with this person, or this can be even like a company that you are supporting to. This can be like an institution that you're sending money to, and there's someone here showing you like, okay, there's a disalignment here. I feel like there's an enlightenment coming forward in your life when you realize, okay, this is not really aligning what I'm trying to participate in. I see a number 8 here, the symbol of eternity forming, and you are actually like turning your gaze. You're breaking free from that. I feel for some of you might be even like invested in something or a person or an institution here for a while now. And now you're starting to see that institution is not really supporting what you want, or they're turning back. If this is like a financial investment, they're not going to return it back to you. And this is not a financial advice here. I'm interpreting the symbols. And if you are looking for financial advice, please talk to a professional. But I feel like I interpret it that way. But this can also be about a relationship. This can overall be about maybe you're working at a company and there's like a disalignment, and there may be a investigation happening without you realizing there. And that can cause maybe somebody just wants to push you under the bus, and that's why you're getting a warning here. This can be, I felt the energy, feminine energy, but I feel like now it can be like a divine alignment too. Maybe you are realizing through your creative research, you're realizing, okay, some things are not adding up. That can be your higher self, your inner intuition actually like guiding and telling you, okay, some things that I need to pay attention to, okay? And when you do though, first you're not going to get clarity because I see there are 2 other people here approving the same thing, okay? Right there, they have the dark energy as well. They're saying, oh, everything is fine. Look, we're holding hands together and we have a horseshoe in our hands. So we're taking care of things. I know this is getting really specific, but it seems like here they're in on it as well, okay? I feel that you are surrounded by very good intentional energies and very good intentions. So that's why maybe, okay, 10 of Pentacles is a very long-term wealth, financial Stability, Four of Cups is dissatisfaction. Four of Pentacles is actually being restricting yourself and your energy. So this can be, maybe you're looking at something for the long term, which will bring financial security, but also it might involve, when you look at it in a way that in a subjective way, it might involve some disappointments, and it might involve something that is going to really limit you financially. Okay, this is the intention. This seems like what's hidden behind it. So I feel your intention is going to come to life, but first you need to recognize that maybe you're following energies and entities that are not really supportive of your future. When you start to follow a brighter path, lighter path, a positive approach, someone who has a positive approach and a giving personality, because I feel like here today, in today's world, we support a lot of artists, like musicians especially, or politicians. They're so wealthy, but you never hear them, oh, they donated half of their whatever to whatever it is. Okay, they don't do that. They just give a lot of good advice, but maybe not even a good advice. So I feel overall there's an awakening happening for you, Taurus, here. This can be, I interpret this as like human beings, but this can also be some things that you're putting your efforts in, okay? And you're realizing that the ship is not really sailing towards your direction. That's why I feel overall there are many pathways opening here, and there might be a moment of enlightenment coming to you, okay? And there's a higher way also. There's a higher and faster track that will get you towards your desires, and you're recognizing, you're realizing those as well. I'm not saying you're going to hit the road right away, you're going to pack it up and go, but I see that you're starting to prepare. Like there's actually bringing magnets here. Magnets attract the things that you want into your life. Maybe you are actually, there's a key right there, like finding the right instruments in order to get to what you're desiring here. Let's dive into your soul. So now if you have a specific question, a desire, and intention, hold it in your mind. Yes, you're expanding right there. I see number 8 again. Material satisfaction is coming forward. So it seems like here this can be overall, maybe you listen to an authority, you invested your stuff into your money into certain things, and maybe it didn't work out. Now you're changing direction. It can be about like family is an authority also. Maybe you follow a certain direction, soul family, chosen families, or people you thought they were your families, but you're coming to understanding and realization that like there is a better way to take care of things, and there's like an expansion coming forward here. Expansion requires you getting outside of your comfort zone, Taurus, and the earth signs like their comfort and stability. But this doesn't mean that where you are, your stability is going to last for a long time. Okay, that's why this actually like encourages you to pack up. You see that your desire is like repeating 3 times, maybe even bringing the 3 times of your heart. You're anticipating, but you need to hit the road and pursue that. I see someone here. This kind of looks like Aries, the ram. Looks like they are like a big entity, like a triangle here. And I see a W. There's a win on top of their head. This can be a relative that you have, an Aries that you're looking up to. Aries can symbolize the emperor, a leader, a very lighter energy. And they have the volume that they have is actually can expand, help them reach to many other distances. This can be someone international, and I feel like this can be also you embodying the emperor energy. Maybe you are actually going to be given some things that will require you to take charge and become an authority. And when you do, this is actually you starting to manage a lot of things. It can be in your household as well, maybe in the home that you're going to take charge of things. Maybe you are actually letting others to control the situation. That's why I felt like maybe it's someone that you're trusting and letting them take care of the money, take care of the home. But now you're taking charge of the situation and you're starting to ask questions. Okay, how can we find, maybe you need to move, but you're letting your housemates to look for a new place, and it seems like it's not really working. I think here you're going to find a way, you're going to choose a path that, okay, I'm going to look for a new place now. And then you will really manage the situation perfectly, it seems here. Ace of Wands is the new adventure setting off to, and this is also, we see like a wand in the sky, and they're bright. I think there's a bright weather on the background, and mountain peaks. So when you decide, okay, I'm going to set off to do a new adventure, You're going to start to see the tools available to you, and you're going to use that passion to create some things that will actually set you to a new adventure. This doesn't mean that you're going to go from A to Z in one day or 1 second. This means that this is a journey. You're setting up, you're preparing yourself for it. And at the end of the day, 10 of Wands, it's the end of the cycle. But no, actually, I feel like King of Wands is the end of this cycle here. But overall, you might maybe tend to pick up other people's responsibilities, but this doesn't mean that you shouldn't be taking charge of the situation. What you can do is 10 of Wands energy, I feel, even though we don't have it here. You have the 7 of Wands, because you're going to have a lot of power in the situation. You might get some opposition, you might not get help, but 10 of Wands is also finding the right people to receive the help from. Okay, if you get to that point. But there's a new adventure ahead, it seems like here. And when you hit the road, you're going to get some opposition. Not everybody's going to be your best friend. Not everybody's going to be supporting what you do. But this doesn't mean that you're not in a higher position. I feel like overall, I told you, you're taking the charge of the situation. When we look at the 7 of Wands in the original, we see him on a higher ground. He's on top of the hill. Okay, 10 of Wands on the bottom. I've kept feeling a Wheel of Fortunes here too. So you are going to be on the higher ground, okay? You're going to have an upper hand, so you can really defend your position from there. If you're feeling like, oh, okay. You see there's a castle in the background as well with the Ace of Wands energy. Like, you're going to have a higher upper hand here. So protect what you're creating. Do not back down because somebody says, okay, you don't belong there, you cannot manage us, you don't tell me what to do type of energy. If you're facing it, you're gonna be the one creating the change. Okay, if someone is up there and didn't create anything so far, seems like here they don't really have what it means, because it is going to be a lot of work. 2 of Pentacles indicates this is going to be a lot of multiple things coming at the same time that you need to juggle, you need to figure out and work things out. And the person probably, or when it's out of your control, basically, there's nothing much you can do. But when you are in control, you can really create balance here. 9 of Swords is nightmares. I feel like that's what I want to see. But the Knight of Wands energy is actually taking care of things and getting them done with a lot of passion. So you might have fears that, oh, I'm not going to be able to do that. That's like 9 of Swords can turn into self-fulfilling prophecy. That's why this is suggesting turn your energy towards what can I do rather than I cannot do that. Okay, what can I do? 9 of Wands actually has that attitude. When you approach the situation like that, you're going to get the efforts that collect the fruits of that hard labor. Justice is what you put out is what you get back. Black and white. When you put positive energy back in, you get positive energy back, positive outcome back. Purpose is number 16 coming as your keyword here. So I feel like this exploration can be helpful figuring out what your true purpose in life as well. There's a practice here. A version of this exercise was taught by, she says, there's an explanation here. Write out 3 lists, spending 2 minutes of fast and spontaneous writing on each. Don't judge what arises, simply list as much as possible and make it personal. List 1, joys, what lights you up. List 2, challenges, what is difficult in your life. List 3, duties, what do you feel you have to do. When complete, compare these lists. Look for their similarities and differences. Also pay attention to the order of items within an individual list. You might make out a common thread regarding your purpose. So that can be helpful with your purpose. And I feel like overall, this is about you letting your higher self guiding you and taking charge. Even if you don't feel like it, or maybe if somebody wants to sit on the throne that don't want to leave it, seems like you're going to take, you can really quietly take charge. We have Teresa of Avila, Our Lady of the Interior Life. I trust the answers I find within me. I know that the presence of love is real. So your inner guidance is already giving you signals about what you should be doing about a situation instead of following the orders. I don't mean being a mischief. I don't mean going against the authority, the common authority that we all follow. I don't mean by any of that. This can be even the rules that have been given to you when you're growing up. Your father said, oh, you cannot do that. You're not talented like that, for example. And you believed in that lie. That's a lie. This tells you that like the answer is within you. If something inside you says, yes, you can do it, go ahead and try it out, okay? Because there's probably a blessing waiting for you there. We have grief right there. So it might also include that you need to let go of that person that you believed in the past. Like you need to let go of their reality. I don't say you believed in that they were lying. I mean that people usually reflect and their own limitations to others, okay? Deflect maybe even. The feeling of loss can be debilitating, but sorrow becomes part of our healing experience. What you have far outweighs what you lost. At least you had it for a time. So this can be maybe you're keeping a connection by believing someone else's beliefs, but it seems like it's time to let it go and it's going to heal, okay, by time as well. All right, beautiful. That's all for today. Hope you enjoy your reading. If you do, I'm going to put some more here that you might enjoy, and I wish you a magical day. Bye. Hit the subscribe and join the family.